104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone, and happy Monday, the day after Mother's Day, May 13th, 2019. I am your host, Margie Taylor for Conroe Culture News, FM 104.5, 106.1, downtown Conroe, Lone Star Community Radio. And today, our guests are going to be Ashton Herring with the Montgomery County Hospital District, Phil Anderson, he's the franchise owner of Office Evolution, that's Conroe, the Woodlands, and making a big splash. Carrie Ranney will be on the show last. She is with Rinkers Boat World, and she's going to tell us about some great water activities that are happening on Lake Conroe and other surrounding areas. This show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic Center at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School. So a few things going on as always, because if you didn't know, the month of May, we have over 100 events going on in downtown Conroe, just within like a few blocks of each other. Bar any bad weather or anything else that goes on. Last week was our scavenger hunt, and there's actually a couple of new places that just opened up or are beginning to open. There's a Meraki photography studio on the corner of Simonton and Main that now is opened up. And there's a new shop, a new boutique called Arrows, Bows, and Little Toes. And ironically, it doesn't just have things for babies, but it has apparel for women, kids, and I'm not sure if they have anything for men, but they have graphic t-shirts, hats, jewelry, swimsuits, fun shoes. So they are actually located in the downtown Roots Salon, which is closer to Davis and Main. They're on Main in the downtown Roots Salon, so you got to just go inside. They do not have, I don't believe, a storefront saying what they are, but just go in there and check it out and tell them you heard it here. They are having a launch party June 8th from noon to 6, and we will talk about that again later, but I just wanted to mention it. Music night at Bean Punk Coffee, because you know that used to be called Conroe Coffee. And it is Friday night, 6:30 to 9, and it's absolutely free. Just go in there, have some coffee, get an ice cream cone, have some food, a sandwich, and listen to free music. Also, Friday night, as every Friday night in May, is the Movies in the Park, and that's another free event hosted by the City of Conroe, Parks and Recreation, and this week they'll be showing Christopher Robin. Who doesn't like Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh and Rabbit and Eeyore and the whole gang? So whether you have a family or not, it doesn't matter. It's all free. It starts at 8:15. Bring your lounge chairs, bring a blanket, sit on the grass, and enjoy free family fun. Mimi's on Main is celebrating 8 years of business in downtown Conroe. They are going to have an annual birthday party sale with refreshments and discounts throughout the store, starting Friday and going through Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 5. So go check that out. So with that, we are going to roll into our first guest, which is Miss Ashton. And I've known Ashton for quite a while. How long have you been with the hospital district?
Almost 8 years now.
8 years.
Flies by.
Flies by.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with the hospital district?
So I am the outreach coordinator for Montgomery County Hospital District. Most people know that to be our local EMS service, but I have the opportunity to do a lot of community education and just our visibility in the public.
And there's a lot of things, because I know you're all over the county, but you have a big event coming up this Saturday, correct?
Yes, a big event. So one of my passions is child passenger safety, and we've talked about this before, and we have a large event coming up on May 18th. That's this Saturday at Texas Children's Hospital in the Woodlands. It's going to be on their outpatient building side. There'll be plenty of signs. You can definitely find us. But that's a free car seat check. It takes about 30 minutes per child. And we do recommend appointments. So if you can go online and book an appointment, our website is mocokids.org. So mocokids.org. And just get that kid's car seat checked and make sure everybody's traveling safely this summer. A lot of people are going to be on the roads. Of course, we want to make sure everybody, including the little ones, especially the little ones, are traveling safely.
And if they're not fitted right, what do you guys do to make sure that they are?
Sure. So we have a team of child passenger safety technicians that are going to be there that day. And they're checking to make sure, one, does your child fit in the car seat correctly? Are you harnessing your child correctly for their weight, their age, their height, and their developmental level? And then making sure that car seat's installed in your vehicle correctly. So all those things have to line up. Just because maybe you think, I'm using the car seat, the harness is right, but maybe the seat's not installed correctly. All those things have to align properly.
And they're very technical these days. Don't you have to go to a class that tells you about that, like a 40-hour class?
It is a 40-hour class, Margie. So it is, and it's continuing education. It's just like anything. The car seat market is almost like any other product.
They're very confusing.
It's confusing, and they change all the time.
Yes.
So keeping up to date with everything that changes in technologies in car seats. Parents just, you don't go to a 40-hour car seat class when you get a kid. They send you home with the 60-page manual of the car seat and say, bring it back in 2 weeks for its checkup. And so we're here to help parents make sure that car seat's being used correctly. A lot of misconception is that you can take your car seat to any fire station here in Montgomery County, and now none of our fire stations have.
Oh, really?
Have
None of
certified.
them?
None of them. So a lot of times our firemen are having to redirect these people to us. But so if I could fix that rumor, none of our fire stations in Montgomery County have certified child passenger
Some used
safety
to. That's too bad.
technicians on staff. So we are the biggest resource here in Montgomery County for that.
How often do you have these classes? Well, not classes, the, what do you call it, these events?
Yeah, so I check in Conroe almost every week. So we book up fast, but that's a great problem to have, right? We have lots of parents and caregivers that are coming to see us.
You know, they're so tricky. I have 6 grandkids, and putting them in their car seat is so challenging. I'm like, I don't have a clue. The child usually knows before I have figured it out. Well, you put your arm here and you do this.
Yeah.
And even moving them, taking them out and transferring them to another vehicle is challenging as well.
Sure.
So you don't want to just sloppily stick it in there because, I mean, that's a safety constraint.
Absolutely.
It's very important. So they can go to your website and find out this information as well? Will
Yes.
it redirect them?
Yes, it does. So we have it listed on our MCHD webpage in case you forgot that address. But again, it's mocokids.org.
mocokids.org. Okay, tell me some of the other things you're involved with.
Gosh, Margie, we have a lot going on in May this year. So we have, in addition to that car seat check, which May is Child Passenger Safety Month. And so that's where you're going to see all these events coming up for that. So we also have Stop the Bleed Month in May. So we're hosting a large Stop the Bleed class on May 25th. This is free to the public. Now, Stop the Bleed came around through, we see school shootings, we see active shooter threats in public areas. And so this is a way
None here.
No, not here.
Okay.
Right. But we want to prepare the public. And I think more realistically, what happens if you have if you come across a car crash and somebody has a bleeding emergency? What happens if somebody trips and falls falls through glass and they have a bleeding emergency? So we can apply this more practically to everyday emergencies as well as those active shooter threats or large casualty incidents. And so it's going to teach people how to control bleeding using tourniquets and direct pressure and other devices before help arrives. We know somebody can die from a bleeding emergency in as little as 3 minutes, which when we talk about first responders and our response times, we're not always there in 3 minutes. So it's really teaching the public how to take control of that situation and save a life and be that first responder in those incidents.
Well, and you have so many other classes as well, and some are in your realm of responsibility and some are not.
Sure.
But you have a calendar on the MCHD website
Yes.
that lists all the different things that you do, and it looks like it's always full. I mean, not you per se, but the hospital district has classes on heart saver, CPR, AED training, and now AEDs are in a lot of public places.
Yes, absolutely. So we offer, I would say 6 to 8 classes a month on various different CPR classes, and those are all available for registration online. All of our Heart Saver classes are free now.
Oh, they are free.
And
okay.
so it's a great way for, you can do a date night or date Saturday. You can, as a grandparent, a parent, I think those are wonderful classes to have. And
or any business too.
businesses, oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, what a tremendous thing to be able to help somebody and potentially save a life of one of your patrons or your guests in your establishment. I think it's just so incredibly important. We know that most of these cardiac arrests that are happening outside of hospitals. And so it is very likely you're at home, it's somebody you love and care about, you're in public, you're at church, you're at the gym, whatever the case may be, and that you know how to respond when help is needed.
Are any businesses required to have the AEDs in their establishment?
So the biggest requirements that I'm aware of is going to be schools, and that there is a code in the education code, or a line in the education code rather, that requires schools to have those AEDs available. As far as any other business establishment, I don't know, but I'm going to guess probably not. We don't have as many as I would like to see. So hopefully that also empowers some people to purchase those.
Yeah. I don't know if there is one in downtown Conroe, to be honest with you.
Actually, I know where there was.
There is? Where?
At the Conroe admin. So that's the Conroe Tower.
The Conroe Tower.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to go lickety-split down.
Really lickety-split. Yeah, absolutely.
We need one down here.
Find the fastest person you know and send them to get an AED. And that's, unfortunately, Margie, that's the case in so many places in Montgomery County. And we start to see more as they become more, I think as education becomes more, right? People are aware of what they are. They're not so afraid of them. And hopefully as we offer these classes and we see more of the public, we're going to see more AEDs pop up around here.
I think that's essential. So you have those classes which are important for anybody to know. And again, I know that some of these are in your realm and some are not. But there's also, under the public health umbrella, we're almost in hurricane season, right? June 1st.
And we basically had a pre-hurricane season event last week, right?
Right.
So
flooding and all that.
I think some people, I heard in East Montgomery County, some people had more water in their yards during this event than they had in Harvey, which is scary, right? We're still, I think, recovering from Hurricane Harvey, and our community is still a little bit wounded, I think, from that. And so we've made this excellent recovery. We want everybody to be prepared for another event.
I mean, you need to be prepared anytime.
Always.
And there's things you can do to prepare, emergency preparedness, and you have some of those things on your website.
We do.
If you go into the public health tab.
Yes.
That I noticed. Disaster plans, what to do for flooding. And interestingly enough, I also saw that you have a rape aggression defense class. And do you know how often they even have those? I know, again, that's not your area necessarily.
So this is actually the first one that MCHD is hosting.
Oh, it's the very first time.
Yes, this is our first one. So this is for the ladies. No guys allowed in this class. Sorry, gentlemen. But this is to teach women how to respond if they were attacked. And so this, for all of our folks that are coming home from college this summer or maybe getting ready to go to college in the fall, this is a great class for those ladies. Even I would love to take it. I've tried.
It's a great class for anyone.
Yeah. And the sheriff's office, they put on so many of these every year. So they have several instructors on staff, and you can contact the sheriff's office and host another one. I believe the one we're hosting that was open to the public, I think those are full already. But I would say keep an eye out. If it had a great response like it did, it's very possible we can host another one in the future.
So you do a lot of really neat things to help the community. and you partner with, say, the sheriff's department or other entities to do a lot of these public events that are either very low fee or no fee.
Correct.
And so another thing that's been in the news lately is about the bike team.
Yes.
Yeah, you get excited. I saw
we
that.
had a great article in the Courier.
Yep.
They were so kind to feature our bike team. We've had our bike team around for a few years now, and basically, most of you know how big an ambulance is, right? They're heavy, they're big, so you can't imagine an ambulance driving around, for example, the Montgomery County Fair and Rodeo. That wouldn't go through those grass fields very well. And so it's a way for us to take that paramedic level care and put them on a smaller vehicle and get them mobile into these large events where you have big crowds, where we don't have good access with a large ambulance and all of that. And
Well, it's just easier accessibility.
Sure.
I know we had the bike patrol down here when we've had the music festival
yes,
down
they were
here.
here for the music festival.
Yes, and actually we needed them.
Yes.
We
And
had
that's a
something
perfect-
that happened.
That's a great example. Conroe Kids Fest is another
Yes.
one where we've and Conroe Cajun Catfish
Right.
Festival. That's
Big
a mouthful.
events.
Where they shut down all these roads here, and there's really just not good access for motorized vehicles into these areas. They can get to that patient very quickly,
Right.
start care, and then develop a plan for getting that patient out of the event and getting them to an ambulance to be transported to the hospital. And they are phenomenal. They train really hard. They are bike experts. They train, it's called IPIMBA. I'm going to lie to you if I try to give you the acronym. But it's the same class that you see law enforcement officers take for being police officers on bikes. And so the only difference is they don't learn how to shoot from a bicycle, because we don't do that in EMS. So they take the exact same class minus that little piece. And
you guys work with Race Ready Repair, yes?
I'm not sure if they do
No?
or not.
Okay, which is like 2 doors down.
We know them very well, just given the small community of profession, right?
Right.
And but I'm not sure if they do or not. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I am not on the bike team. I do good enough to be on 2 feet.
You wanna
and 4
try it?
wheels. I don't know. 4 wheels, I think.
Could be a new
It
challenge.
could be. I think I need to master 4 wheels still before I switch to 2.
So what is it you like the best, being somebody who's a first responder with the hospital district?
You know, Margie, I think I have the best job at the hospital district. I get to do all of our community outreach, and what a better thing than I get to hold all the cute babies that come for car seat checks. I get to teach families about things like safe sleep and water safety. Water safeties are big
Yeah, let's
thing
talk
right
about
now.
water
Yeah,
safety.
I actually brought some water
Yes.
safety. Okay. So we're already starting to see water incidents, right? Even it's the weather hasn't been wonderful, and we've already had a few non-fatal drownings of children here in Montgomery County, and it's early. This is the leading cause of death of children ages 1 to 4. And so I think it's really important that we just remind everybody, watch your kids around water, get your kids in swim lessons. We have a lot of local businesses that are doing, they're teaching their instructors. They're offering free classes right now to help train their instructors out for the summer season. The Conroe Rec Center and Aquatic Center, the YMCA's, the Woodlands Aquatic Center, all those places are offering classes. Some of them have scholarships available for families that can't afford swim lessons. There's in Texas, there's every reason why you shouldn't get.
You should never leave your child alone near a body of water.
Well, that and just like teach your kids how to swim. I mean,
Yes.
I take that for granted because I grew up. I think from the day I was born to now. I mean, I spent most of my time in the water. I would force my parents to drag me down even when it was cold outside because I wanted to swim. And so I grew up in a pool, around pools, and so I was very fortunate in that regard. But so many children don't have access to swim lessons, and that's a big. That is one way to prevent drowning is by teaching your child how to swim, watching your children around water. We have Lake Conroe. You have a young lady coming to speak about boating events later. And even Lake Conroe, historically, we've been the 3rd deadliest lake in the state of Texas. That's
Wow.
not something we
didn't
want.
know that.
That's not something we want on our track record. So just being safe on Lake Conroe, life jackets, Coast Guard approved.
So do you teach
flotation
any of the
devices.
water safety, or you just promote it, or what is your
So we partner with,
responsibility?
we're actually working on a big program right now. We have a media day coming up at the end of the month, which I'm sure you'll get an invitation for. We have a family that is coming in. They had a child drown. She survived. She had a non-fatal drowning, and in their backyard, in their neighbor's pool on Easter weekend. And they almost lost their
Wow.
1-year-old. And I'm skipping to the punch here. I'm kind of taking away from their story, so I don't want to ruin too much of it. But This family on Easter weekend almost lost their 1-year-old, and that would have changed their life forever. And they've taken that near miss, and they have worked to promote swim lessons, and they've learned CPR, and they've promoted their local first responders, and all those things that went into place in saving their child and having a positive outcome. And unfortunately, for so many families, that's not the case, that they aren't having those positive outcomes, or they're having a less than positive outcome. And so that's what our big thing is, raising awareness. I was the lifeguard and I taught swim lessons many years ago, but nobody wants me doing that now in this day. So we partner with all of our swim schools and our programs in the community, like I mentioned, YMCA, all those other things, to advocate for those swim lessons. And so we're going to have a media day to talk about all those things.
That's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell that you get excited about safety.
Sure.
You know, in particular, children, you know, whether it's the car seats or the water safety, because those are very important things that don't need to happen. You don't want to be taking the ambulance out there to rescue somebody. You would rather
Right.
be on the side of prevention.
Right. All of these things are preventable.
Knowledge. And so anything that you guys have, would it be on the calendar, or do you promote it on your Facebook page? Where would somebody go to find out about all this information?
So I would say both. Our website,
Okay.
between our website and our Facebook page, those are the best two resources. The water safety is going to be a media day, so that's going to be exclusively for our media partners. And so but hopefully our media partners are going to take that
Share
and
it.
share that information.
Right,
That's
that's
the
the
whole
whole point.
Exactly. And so that way we can get a lot more people in one small event with the help of our local media. The car seat check, that's on our Facebook page. Our Stop the Bleed class, if you want to register, it's free, just an hour of your time on Saturday. That's on our Facebook and our website. So there's just there's so much going on. So those are the two best places I could send you to get all of that information.
Anything else you have upcoming that you want to share?
What have I not talked
I
about?
know.
Marcy?
I don't know.
The one thing I would hit back on again is just those CPR classes. We offer those throughout the year. Those Heart Saver line of classes are free. We've talked about them on this show before, but learn CPR. It applies to so many different things.
And they do CPR differently now. Don't they do more? What are you going to say?
Oh, well,
More of the hand pressure?
Yes, the compressions are going to be the emphasis.
Yes.
So even we've done lunch and learns and come to organizations and businesses and taught hands-only CPR, which is great for adult cardiac arrest. And that's just even compressions only, because a lot of people, Marjorie, they're like, oh, I don't want to put my mouth on a stranger's mouth.
But it all helps. It all makes a
Anything you
difference
can
to get the
do
heart
to-
stimulated.
Absolutely. You think sometimes it's taking about 5 to 7 minutes for first responders to arrive. Every minute without CPR, somebody's chance of survival decreases by as much as 10%. So 5 to 7 minutes times 10, you're looking at 50 to 70% gone without CPR prior to EMS arrival. Almost every one of those Save Reunions we've celebrated to celebrate these people that have survived cardiac
Right.
arrest.
I've seen
They've
this.
had bystander CPR. Somebody somewhere in their life, whether it be a total stranger, somebody they love, has given them CPR and given them another shot at life, which is pretty incredible.
How can you tell if someone's having a heart attack?
Well, the heart attack is typically going to be chest pain, shortness of breath. Women are difficult, right? We have different symptoms. So sometimes that can be abdominal pain, nausea. There's a lot. I think if anything makes you concerned enough, like this isn't normal, the best thing to do is call 911, right? We can sort all the rest of it out.
Right.
And if not, we get to the hospital and they sort the rest of it out. And I think, we talk about heart attacks, strokes, all those things are so time sensitive. So sometimes when we get stubborn, we want to wait it out and see what's going on. Those symptoms are getting worse. So we always want to see you. We want you to call 911 as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, I just got a text. Doris Day just passed away.
Oh, I saw that on my breaking news earlier.
Yeah. She was 97 years old. Oh,
Well,
my
how incredible
goodness.
to live to 97.
I know.
I want to know what the secret to life is.
I don't know.
What?
Maybe she took all the classes at the hospital district.
Maybe so.
I don't know. She had good
If
people.
Doris Day came to the hospital district and I didn't know about it, I'd be very disappointed.
Man. So, again, that website is mchd-tx.org for anything. And then the MoCo Kids.
.org for our car seat registration.
Yes,
If
and you can go to
forget-
the Facebook page, and it's really easy to Google on the Facebook page,
Yes.
and it'll come up.
Follow us on Facebook. if you want to see some really entertaining photos of our employees, we just did Misty had this wonderful.
Yeah, Misty's in the background here. We're going to mention her.
They had a challenge, a partner challenge. They had to come up with a creative photo with their partner. And gosh, we have some creative employees. So you should go check that out. I think they're like in the hundreds of thousands of views on Facebook. So it's been pretty popular. But you got to follow us on Facebook to find those.
Okay. One thing I want to mention before we finish this up is the rape regression self-defense class. I got to say, I know someone who was attacked at a park in Kingwood.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little bit younger than me. I've known her for 35 years. And it's a public park, and it was at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he was trying to kill her. So, and rape her and all of that. So it can happen at any time to anyone. Age doesn't matter.
Sure.
So I just think it's important for women to find out about these classes. Well, it's important for all the classes that you offer, because you could save a life, you can make a difference.
Absolutely. And for those RAD is the abbreviation, rape, aggression, defense. I believe the Sheriff's Office has a portion of their website dedicated to talk about those classes and who to contact for more information. So hopefully I make them really busy. I apologize, Sheriff Henderson, for this. I guess
he's doing a lot of great things.
PSA, but it is such a wonderful class to take. And if you're interested and have time, I think you have to commit to several days of class. I think it's 3 days of classes. They do them in the evenings, and but I mean, gosh, what a wonderful thing to have to be able to protect yourself.
That's right. Well, thank you, Ashton. Once again, it's been a while since you've been on here. I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We need to do this more often.
Thanks for having me. I
yes,
love this.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break and get ready with our next person, who's going to be Phil Anderson with his Office Evolution. We'll be right back.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture, learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families. Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
And we are back. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, Lone Star Community Radio, FM 104.5, 106.1, downtown Conroe. And you could be listening live right now at Conroe Culture News on the Facebook page, or irlonestar.com is live streaming. Of course, there you can find us on YouTube as well. So we are here now with Phil Anderson. He is the franchise owner, along with his partner, Roger Teets. Am I pronouncing that correct? Teetsy, who's a chemist. You guys are both chemically inspired people. And you've known each other for a long time. But you've gone in together to open up Office Evolution in the new Conroe, Woodlands, Magnolia. That's an interesting area.
It is.
It could be anything.
It is growing like leaps and bounds. I mean, Just even the traffic alone, 42,000 cars per day go by that intersection out there.
Wow.
It is,
Did you go out and count them?
oh, I didn't count them. Nope, I didn't count them at all. But DOT did, and that was one of the reasons for placing ourselves there. Is that the growth
great
in that
location.
area is just astounding.
Well, and it's called Conroe, but then again, it's kind of Magnolia and it's kind of the Woodlands. It's very centrally located, so it's a perfect place to be, not far from 45 on FM 1488.
That's right, and not
So-
far from 2978 and
Correct.
Egypt as well.
So, and you're actually right in the Marcel Town Center, across the street from the Escape Theater, but there's so much else going on too. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Office Evolution, what it is, what the concept is.
Well, Office Evolution is a franchise organization that was developed out of Denver, Colorado, and has 63 locations nationwide. These are all locally owned franchisees, and what we do with Office Evolution is to provide executive suites, conference rooms, shared office space, and business lounge space, as well as business address for our members. And we have members that are nationwide. And these members have 24/7 access to our facilities, whether you're here in the Woodlands, Conroe, or if you're in Tampa, Florida.
And that's really cool too, that you can do that.
Yes, it is. It's one of the things that drew me to it.
That's a great benefit.
Because as a chemist, we're used to doing work at any time of the day and night.
So when you're traveling, you can still hook up and have meetings with other business-minded people that you're partnering with for the reason of your travel, and look that up and go in there as someone who's already has an office here, or anywhere for that matter.
That's correct. And your home, wherever you go with Office Evolution, the look is the same. The folks that are the same, and we have the same philosophy about our ohana, which is family in Hawaiian. And so we treat everybody like family.
And the nice thing is, it's very professional looking. You know, it looks great. It's a great office work business environment, but yet you have that friendliness, that you share.
Yes, we do. We're in there because we are in there for the fact that we're a community. Roger and I are retirees, technically, and this is our way of giving back to the community, to develop a community of folks, business folks, that can interdepend on each other and build this community at that location to help each other out.
So let's talk a little bit about the building itself. So you have different office suites that are equipped with the furniture and other benefits.
Right, and each dedicated office is furnished with a desk, return, 2 chairs, as well as a file cabinet and a phone. Okay, that all comes with the package, and as well as your mailbox and postal service and receptionist.
A receptionist. Yes, that is a big benefit. Someone to greet you very professionally when you come in, the entrance there, and show you where you need to be, correct?
That's right. We are really quite pronounced on that particular way of doing things. We want it to be a smooth operation from the moment your client walks in the front door to the time that they reach your office door. And
Seamless.
Absolutely seamless.
So you also have a training room there, and it has a smart TV, and I know that people have used that for different sessions.
Right. We have several clients or members in there right now that utilize that space for training. We also do lunch and learns. So we've had women's groups such as WOMTech Network in there to have their Thursday lunches.
Kiki, right?
Yeah, Kiki, exactly. So we're very up on the fact that we want to utilize that as a training room. Part of my specialty is environmental health and safety as a chemist, and so what did I need all the time? I needed a training room. Okay, and this is one of the best ones that I've
It's very convenient.
seen.
It's lit up very nicely. So there's a lot of the bright lights, a lot of windows, not in the training room per se, but the offices.
Correct. Yeah.
So-
we have lots of natural light flowing through from the exterior through the interior glass into actually the inner offices as well, plus the 700 illumination for the lights, and so it makes it very bright.
Well, the coloring too.
And yes,
The orange and teal.
Yep, orange, teal, and tan,
Very
which is
contemporary.
very much a contemporary, and is very much office evolution. That's our branding colors, as we call them. So
Correct. And it's also cool in the rooms. Cool because you have one thermostat to every 4 offices.
yeah, we actually spent a little bit of extra money because this is Texas, and what do we have the most problem with? Is heat, okay? And whether it be a westerly outlook or an easterly outlook, one side fries and the other one freezes. And so we spent a little bit more on our HVAC system such that we can provide thermostat service to every 4 offices. And that allows everyone to stay in a comfortable mode, whatever time of day it is. And including the conference rooms, which have their own individual thermostats, so that you don't freeze out because somebody down the hall changed the temperature.
Right. And sometimes they're so cold in there.
Yeah.
You can freeze. You can go the other direction too. So what's really cool, besides the building itself, is that you are surrounded by a lot of other businesses and restaurants, and some are even to open. So by having your office there, you can, of course, you have your refreshment area as well. Coffee, teas, drinks,
Right. We have
all
a
that.
little kitchenette area that
Yeah.
covers all the free coffee, tea, and water that you would like. But we also have catering available from the local restaurants that can be brought up to the conference rooms. And then we also have the capability of folks taking a break and just walking downstairs. And there are 5 different restaurants ranging from World Burger and Noe's crepes and tea, as well as
Taps.
Citizens Grill, and then the one I love the best, since I'm definitely an old Cheers fan, and Norm could be my middle name, but it's called Tapped with 50 taps of craft brew.
I hadn't thought about it. It is kind of like a Cheers kind of thing, isn't it? That kind of whole ambiance, and maybe it will get that. And you're also working on doing some different kinds of lunch and learns as well, right?
Right, we are. We'll be offering in the next few weeks Lunch and Learn, where we talk about how to start your business. And Karen Miller is coming in to give training in that area, and we will segment that out for 3 or 4 sessions and provide that type of service of how to write a business proposal, how to get your DUNS number and register with the state of Texas for your franchise, and other items that are necessary for any person to start up their business.
That's great. So, and another asset you have on top of all of that is you're a member of 3 chambers?
That is correct. We're the Woodlands Chamber, Greater Magnolia Parkway Chamber, and Hispanic Chamber of Montgomery County.
And they're all coming together this week.
That they are. We're going to have quite the party. On Thursday, we'll be having our grand opening, and we will have all 3 chambers there, and they will be doing the ribbon cuttings, and we'll have all sorts of fun speeches and everything, but we'll also have music and catered food, as well as what I call my gauchos and cowboys, which is Argentinian wine and Texas craft beer.
Okay, good combination. And it's upstairs. It's above some other places that are open.
Correct. We're on the 2nd floor, and the entry is in the middle of the building. And so there's stair steps and elevator to get access to it, but we're basically the north side and the 2nd story of the 2-story building that is the Marcel Town Center.
It's very nice. So who are some of your tenants, can you say?
Well, we have a few tenants at this point. We've only been open a few weeks now. Since this is our grand opening, you can see that we'll be looking for new members. But we have the corporate headquarters of Delta Life Fitness in there.
Josh Cherry.
Josh Cherry, yep, and his women's fitness group. as well as another group called Canfield Health Sciences. We have an aerial photographer in there. We have a medical
Nice.
specialist. We have an oil and gas guy that comes in for his work, and several others that are in the real estate business, and
Very diversified.
very diversified. And that's the whole idea, is
That's
to
the whole
provide
idea.
that
Yep.
community of services that are available, whether it be a CPA, a lawyer, therapist, whatever. They're all clients of Office Evolution.
It's a great building, and you're right next door to a new Woodland Lakes Apartments that looks very like a luxurious apartments kind of thing.
It is. In fact, that's one of the things we talked with Lana over there, and we were offering a special, what we call walk to work special. So if you can, it's nothing like it. You know, if you live in a nice apartment, then you can just walk to work 2 minutes and you're at work. So
That's right. So that is this Thursday from 4 to 8, and that is at 525 Woodland Square Boulevard at the Marcel Town Center. And you have over 400 parking spaces, so you can hold a lot of people for this event.
yes, we can.
Free parking, free
parking,
accessible
absolutely free.
parking anytime. And it's right on FM 1488. And if you know where the Escape Theater is, it's that shopping center right across the street from that.
Right.
So it's easy access. You do have a website, officeevolution.com. Then just put in the Woodlands.
Correct.
And find it. And the same with your Facebook page. You have a
Yep,
Facebook page too.
page and Instagram as well. So.
That's okay. So you got it all going on. Anything else you want to add, Phil?
I think that kind of covers it. I think we're doing.
I know your
we're
rental
looking for-
space is a lot less than people realize.
Yes, starting at 179, you can't.
You can't miss
lose
that with
And-
somebody to greet you and phone service and the
the
furnished
furniture.
office.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And our micro offices are a little bit different. They're some folks think of the micro office as being basically a 4 foot by 4 foot cubicle. That's somebody put a desk in the middle of it. But ours are actually up to 60 to 80 feet for the size, and have a sliding glass door, so you don't lose that space to from the door as it opens and closes. You actually have the whole space to work with, and it's very comfortable and feels nice even to sit in. And you have privacy stripes so that folks you don't feel like you're in a fishbowl.
Right, right. Well, it's a beautiful place, and I'm
thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing you out there on Thursday.
Well, I am looking forward to it. I appreciate it, Margie.
Okay, we're going to take another break and be right back about Rinkers Boat World with Carrie, and she's going to tell us about some upcoming events this week. I'm Margie Taylor. We'll be right back.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. Go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show. If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
And we are back for the last segment today, May 13th, the day after Mother's Day. And I want to mention that this show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic Center at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School. Thank you very much for sponsoring the show, Conroe Culture News. So sitting here directly across from me, I have Carrie and Will, and they are with Rinkers Boat World, and that is rinkersboatworld.com. But of course, we're getting into the big season right now. Forget the rain, forget the hurricanes, forget anything bad. This is all about getting out and having fun on the lake, right? Right? That's what y'all are about. Yes, so whether it's this lake or out towards Katy, you've got some events and things going on. Of course, you sell boats too. Yes? Lots of boats, all kinds of boats. But, we'll talk about those boats that you have that are your pride and joy in just a little bit. But tell me about some things that are going on, Carrie.
Well, really quick, so Rinkers Boat World took over a Lakeshore Sports, which is on the shores of Lake Conroe. And because of that, we were able to add a couple different brands under our umbrella of boats. And one of them is going to be the ever popular Supra boats and Moombas. So we were really excited because we got invited to partake in a world-class event. And I'll let Will talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, guys, super excited about this. Saturday, May 18th, rain or shine, the Super Pro Wake Tour is coming to Houston for the first time. We get to watch history in the making. We have world-class athletes in wakeboarding and surfing coming out to give us a show, and this is rain or shine. You'll see top pros like Sean Silva and Harley Clifford. All these guys are coming out to Houston for the first time. So you want to get out there. Rinkers Boat World, we're located off of 2500 West Mount Houston. We're giving out free tickets to anybody that wants to come out and enjoy the event. Once again, bring your families, bring your friends. It's going to be a great time to see our boats in action. A couple of things that we're going to do at the event are we have some demos set up. If you RSVP us, you can go to rinkersboatworld.com to see that. You can RSVP some demos. We'll take you on some rides and actually test the boat before you even look at buying one. We'll have Supras and Moombas in the water. Another really cool thing we're doing is it's Veterans Weekend that weekend. So any active duty military or veteran, they can come on out, get some free tickets from us, get into the event for free, and just have a really good time out there.
That's right. And it's actually Armed Force Day, and we're going to have some local Katy VFW folks that are going to join us and do the opening ceremony via boat. And so again, throughout the day, we want to give out our vets some special VIP treatment, and you'll also be able to get to meet the athletes. You'll get to see the latest in products for both surf boats and the boards. And then you'll also get to, throughout the day, win some really cool prizes that are going to be around all day. And there's going to be food trucks and music and a Jumbotron, and it's really going to be exciting. And then starting tomorrow, right here on the shores of Lake Conroe, is the first ranked surf waker, Sean, I'm never going to say this right, Silvera. He is actually going to be joining forces with our own pro surfer here from Rinkers, Cole, and they are going to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday be conducting surf lessons. So it's not too late. We still have about a third of spots available in the next 3 days. So if you go on to, again, rinkersboatworld.com, you can get a direct link to sign up right now and get to meet Sean, and then get to meet Cole. If you can't make it Tuesday through Thursday, our own Cole will be giving lessons starting June and running all through August. And what's great is he'll come and get you on your own boat that you purchased, whether it's a Cobalt, a Moomba, a Supra, and teach you not only to feel comfortable with your own boat, but to learn how to surf like a pro.
How fun.
Absolutely. Those classes are going to be awesome. They're only $100. A lot of people don't realize about surfing and wakeboarding these days. Old skiers here in Conroe, people that have just exploded knees, hurt themselves skiing. It's a very high impact sport. Don't realize that they can still enjoy water sports. Surfing is such a low impact sport. I mean, you're going anywhere from 10 to 12 miles an hour. The boat is creating a massive
And when you're talking
wave.
about surfing, it isn't like surfing the big waves, is what you're thinking. It's alongside, towed by the boat. Right,
Correct.
the back end of the boat. So if people are just listening to this, it's
Why
not
don't you-
going down to Galveston.
No,
It
but
it actually is, though.
It
Our
is,
boats are
okay.
actually creating a wave that you tow up on the rope, you find the sweet spot in the wave, and you
But
let
it's a
go of
different
the rope.
experience.
It's amazing.
so
it's-
surf boats they are making their own wave.
Yes.
So it's like
Yes.
your own little ocean wave right behind you on your boat.
you done
due
this?
to I'm starting to.
Okay.
it's a
We're
lot
gonna
of
take
fun.
you out there, Margie.
Okay.
But no, the boat actually produces a wave, and it's huge right now. It's hot. You'll see if you go on Lake Conroe. I was there yesterday. I would say 80% of the boats on the water were the surf boats, and there's a reason why. It's great. You don't have to be some young whippersnapper. There's people that are doing it in their 60s and buying those type of boats to be able to have fun. So we have some families, it's 3 generations that are out waking together. So what's really nice about the events, whether it's this week here in Lake Conroe or next Saturday or this coming Saturday, is you'll get to understand the sport. And then, you get to meet the #1 world-class athletes right there and then.
It's going to be a fun event. So if you guys can come out, come see us. We'll give you free tickets. Just come on out and enjoy it.
So they don't have to come out there to the Houston. They could come out to the one on Walden Road as well. Yes? No? I don't know.
Well, Tuesday through Thursday, we will have Sean, the #1 ranked surfer there, conducting surf lessons. So we will be at Rinkers Boat World at Lakeshore, which is formerly Lakeshore Sports. So if you want to just pop in and sort of see, they'll be out on the water. So you might be able to see them. You might be able to get to meet them. But he is going to be going on different media tours throughout the next few days.
So need to get in on this.
Right. But if you can make the drive to Katy, we'll all be there, and it's just going to be amazing. Again, we're one of 4 stops in this season in the United States, and we're the very first time here in Texas. And again, it's women and men, and they're from United States, Austria, you name it. They've come all over for this, and they're going to be competing against each other, and it's going to be exciting. If you go on to, again, rinkersboatworld.com and look at some of the videos, your hair will stand up on your arms because between the music and the jumps and the graphics, it's amazing.
It's fun.
Yes.
Okay, I can tell you're very excited about this. So tell me a little bit more outside of this event, other things that you guys do that's unique at Rinkers Boat World.
Well, I'll talk really quick about Lake Conroe. Starting actually Saturday, that runs to June 1st, we're going to have a scavenger hunt that this year is open to everybody. You do not have to be a former client of ours. And what's really nice is it takes about 2 to 3 hours. You call Rinkers Boat World at Lakeshore, and we will sign you up. It's all free, but it's something really fun that you can do with your whole family. And not only do you get to explore the shores of Lake Conroe and all that it's offered, like there's some really fun questions. That day, June 1st, will be a party, and we'll be giving out amazing prizes like a $500 floating water pad and wakeboards and ropes. But it's just, again, we want people in Lake Conroe just to boat. You don't have to be our customers. We'll also, throughout the year, be doing some fun things like going to Papa's and having steak night. Towards the end of the season, when everything dies down a little bit, we're going to be doing some continuing education for boater safety, because as you know, Lake Conroe can get a little crazy out there. So that's what we have going on here. And then we also will have Cole, which Will can talk to, who's going to be our pro surfer, available all through June and August to give lessons.
Yeah, so Rinkers has teamed up with the Board Academy this year, and Cole Clements is, if you ever get a chance to watch him ride, he is awesome. He makes it all look effortless. You can go on once again to rinkersboatworld.com, and you can sign up with him as well. He's doing day camps, which is, if you've got kids that are just starting wakeboarding or are really looking to progress their wakeboarding, Cole is the guy to help teach them. He's super awesome. I don't know if they're going to be behind a Supra or a Moomba this summer, but I mean, just sign them up for the day camp. If anything, it's a great place to drop your kids off for the day and let them have some fun.
Something fun to do as people are starting to look towards school getting out and getting involved on the lake. And I don't know if you saw, but we had the Montgomery County Hospital District on here, and she was talking about different things in water safety and how that's a big deal, that kids under 4 mostly die from water safety accidents. So it's important to be careful. Always have the life vests with you and all that. And I'm sure when they're surfing, they also have some kind of flotation device.
Yep. Conroe, Lake Conroe states that you have to wear a life jacket while you're being towed behind the boat, whether you're wake surfing, water skiing, tubing,
whatever it is.
Anything with a rope, you gotta wear a jacket.
So the really interesting thing, having known a little bit about your place there, Carrie, is that you're there on the water. So people can go check out the boats and put it on the water.
Thank you for bringing that up. How did we forget this? Yes, one thing that does make us very unique from other boat dealerships here on Lake Conroe is we are on the shores. So we are off of Walden Road and right near where Grand Harbor entryway is. And what's wonderful is if you're thinking about buying a boat, why is it any different than a car? You want to be able to go and test drive it. So we'll have scheduled demo days and weekends where you can come and do that. And or if you really want to, check out a certain type of boat, we invite you to come and let us know, and we'll put the boat right there on the water and take you out on it. And one thing that we like about this, we want to make sure that people, when they purchase a boat, it meets their boating needs. And so we want to take the intimidation out of it. We want you to feel comfortable. So the boat demos are great because we'll have all of our 5 brands right then and there. And you can jump on a center console Sea Hunt or get on with Will with a Moomba or a Supra, or our signature boats at Lakeshore are Cobalts. And again, those have a surf series as well, which has been really popular in the last couple of years. So. And then if you want, South Bay Tri-Tunes are right there as well.
Okay, so you guys are the experts. Will, you're the man, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you at on the lake, or you're in Houston, right?
I'm at the Houston location.
Okay.
But I will meet anybody out at our South Shore, Lakeshore Sports.
You're playing the music. That means we have to finish up. So rinkersboatworld.com to find out all about these events, and you also have a Facebook page where you are posting this and the videos and all of that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. Talk to you later. That's the end of our show today.